Today, I want to share something personal about my approach to art. How before I start any painting, I take time to think, reflect, and plan every detail in my mind first. This is my unique way of working, something that can be completely different from any other artist. It's not just colors and brushes, it's a journey of ideas before it becomes a painting on paper or canvas. And while I talk, I'll start shading this portrait. This painting can be read as a powerful visual metaphor for human diversity and unity at the same time. At first glance, we see a dense crowd of colorful fish, each one different in shape, size, color, and pattern. Some are bright and warm-toned, others are cool and calm. Some look bold and direct, while others feel quieter or more hidden in the composition. None of the fish are exactly the same, and this immediately reflects how humans differ from one another. Just like people, every figure in the painting carries its own identity, personality, and story. The variety of colors can symbolize different cultures, backgrounds, beliefs, and life experiences. The different shapes and orientations of the fish suggest that people move through life in different directions, with different goals, dreams, and ways of thinking. At the same time, despite all these differences, the fish clearly belong to one shared space. They overlap, touch, and exist together within the same environment. This can represent how, as humans, we live in one world and one society. Even when we look different, think differently, or come from different places, we are still part of the same human community. The fish are separate individuals, but they form one collective movement. This reflects how humanity is made of many unique individuals, yet connected by shared conditions of life, emotions, needs, struggles, hopes, and the desire to belong. The crowded composition is also meaningful. The fish are very close to each other, almost pressed together, which can symbolize how human lives are constantly intersecting. Our actions affect others, and we influence each other whether we realize it or not. Sometimes this closeness can feel chaotic or overwhelming, just like the busy, energetic feeling of the painting. But within this chaos, there is harmony. The colors clash in a beautiful way, not in a destructive one. This suggests that differences do not have to lead to conflict. Instead, they can create richness, creativity, and visual beauty. Diversity, in this sense, becomes a source of strength rather than division. The following artworks present repeated images of a horse that may appear similar at first glance, but in reality, each one is different in style, emotion, and intention. Although the subject remains the same, every painting represents a new exploration of form, color, mood, and meaning. I intentionally return to the horse as a central figure, not to repeat myself, but to deepen my understanding of the subject and of myself as an artist. What looks similar on the surface carries subtle differences in technique, feeling, and expression, turning repetition into variation and familiarity into discovery. I keep coming back to the image of the horse because it represents something deeper for me than just an animal. The horse, to me, is a symbol of strength, freedom, sensitivity, and inner power. Every time I draw or paint a horse, I am not repeating the same idea. I am expressing a different emotion or a different side of myself. The subject stays the same, but the feeling changes. When I draw the horse in different styles, colors, and moods, I am showing how one spirit can appear in many forms. Sometimes the horse looks calm and gentle, and other times it feels strong, mysterious, or intense. This reflects how I see myself and people in general. We are not one fixed version. We change with our emotions, our experiences, and the situations we go through. The horse becomes a mirror of these interchanges. I chose colored pencils as my main medium because they allow me to build the artwork slowly, layer by layer. This slow process feels personal and honest to me. Every stroke takes time and attention, and that connects me emotionally to the subject. The texture of colored pencils also gives the horse warmth and depth, which matches the emotional connection I feel while drawing it. I don't just color the horse. I build it gradually, the same way emotions and identity are built over time. In the end, the horse in my work represents me, and at the same time, it represents the human condition in general, strong yet sensitive, free yet sometimes restrained, familiar yet constantly changing. This painting is deeply personal to me. I created it as a response to an experience of betrayal and hypocrisy from people I considered friends during my time studying at the art college. The artwork is not just a scene. It is a reflection of an emotional moment when trust was broken and reality became painful to face. The hand reaching forward in the foreground represents me. It shows my vulnerability and honesty at that moment. I was reaching out with trust, believing in the people around me, and offering my hand with good intentions. The gesture is open and exposed, which reflects how I emotionally placed myself in that situation, without protection or suspicion. The figure of the witch represents those hypocritical friends. I did not paint them as ordinary people on purpose. The witch symbolizes deception, manipulation, and hidden intentions behind a friendly or charming appearance. On the surface, the figure seems calm and inviting, but there is something unsettling about her presence. This reflects how those people appeared kind and supportive, while in reality they were acting with betrayal and false intentions. The melting candles are a key symbol in the painting. They represent the clear warning signs that were in front of me from the beginning. The melting wax, the unstable flames, and the sense of decay in the candles all point to the fact that there were visible clues that something was wrong. However, I chose to ignore these signs at the time. The candles symbolize my awareness on a subconscious level and the warnings I didn't want to see, because I wanted to believe in the goodness of my friends. The throne and the dramatic setting also reflect the power imbalance in the situation. The witch sitting higher suggests how those people had emotional power over me at that time, while I was positioned lower, reaching up. This shows how betrayal often comes from a place of trust and emotional closeness, where one side holds more control than the other. This painting speaks about emotional freezing and the way time and difficult days can slowly cover our true selves. The figure under the ice and snow represents me, and at the same time represents any human being who goes through periods of emotional numbness, exhaustion, or inner silence. The frozen surface is not just coldness. It symbolizes the weight of days, routines, disappointments, and repeated struggles that pile up on us until we feel trapped beneath them. Under this layer of ice, my better version still exists. My true self is not gone. It is only paused, waiting. The closed eyes and the stillness of the face reflect a state of emotional suspension, where I am alive but not fully present, breathing but not truly living. This is what happens when we survive days instead of living them. We become quiet, distant from our passions, our dreams, and our energy, as if we are frozen in place. The snow and ice also represent time. Days pass, and without realizing it, they start to cover who we really are. Responsibilities, disappointments, fear, and emotional wounds become layers that separate us from our best version. However, ice is not permanent. It can melt. This is the hopeful part of the painting. The presence of the face beneath the frozen surface means that my better self is still there, intact, waiting to be revived. This painting is one of the closest works to my heart because of the amount of detail and care I put into every part of it. I chose to paint this creature not just as a realistic subject, but as a symbol of complexity, resilience, and hidden beauty. The detailed scales, textures, and color transitions were not only technical choices, they were emotional ones. Each small detail represents patience, focus, and a deep connection between me and the artwork. The reptile's face carries a calm strength. It looks still, observant, and grounded, as if it has lived through many experiences and learned to remain steady. This reflects how I see strength in quiet endurance rather than loud power. In this artwork, I wanted to capture the silent majesty of an elephant, but not in a traditional or purely realistic way. Instead, I approached it as a creature made of stories, textures, and memories. Every stroke carries a different layer of emotion. The first thing that stands out is the face. I intentionally emphasized the wrinkles and the grid-like texture around the eye to symbolize the weight of experience. Elephants are known for their memory, so I used this detailed pattern to reflect the idea that every moment, every journey, every loss is recorded on their skin. The expression looks thoughtful, almost human, because I wanted viewers to sense wisdom, gentleness, and a hint of sorrow. The ear is one of my favorite parts of the painting. I played with warm tones: orange, rust, and subtle reds to give it a glowing presence. It feels like a leaf touched by sunset, representing both strength and fragility. The soft transitions of color show how light interacts with the elephant's skin and highlight its enormous yet delicate form. Overall, this piece is not just a portrait of an animal, it's a tribute to endurance, wisdom, and quiet resilience. I wanted the viewer to feel the presence of the elephant before even understanding the details, of presence that is calm, dignified, and unforgettable. Thanks so much for watching and joining me on this creative journey. If you enjoyed seeing how I think before I paint, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future videos full of inspiration and tips for your own art. Keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep creating. I'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below and tell me which painting of mine spoke to you the most and why. Your feedback truly inspires me to keep making more.